Well, it's about 7, so should probably get started and such. So let's see. Looks like we do have one viewer over and above ourselves at least. So
Woohoo!
to summarize what happened last time, it is up on the side there, but to give a bit more detail, the coterie was looking into Kalen's connection to the mages, and in doing so, they learned about occult supplies that were being brought to a little neighborhood on the southern end of town. They went to check that out, and they were introduced to Travis, who is a mage that has some seemingly corrupted magic, but is very friendly and willing to work with them. So they sort of, kind of have an ally, so to speak, who they've been doing a bit of, experiments with to see how their magic meshes. Then, as you were finishing up with that, Mary decided to call her changeling friend, Leah. And Leah told her that if she wanted to hang out, she would have to go exploring with her, quote unquote, which meant going into the hedge. So she was given an address kind of, a little north of town, where there are a couple of trees that form a fairly large looking archway. And that is where we left off last time. So, the other two of you, I believe, were just back at the coterie house, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Alrighty. So, Miranda, as you approach, you see Leah is dressed in, not like a step away from survival gear, like, rugged pants and shirt, a small bag with her, but not quite like a hiking bag or anything along those lines. She has sturdy shoes, but they're not, heavy duty boots or anything like that. She seems pretty happy to see you. She offers you a smile and a hug, and
I would smile and hug her back.
basically looks you over to see what you have with you for the trip, if anything.
Well, she's probably wearing, since she's not working, she's probably wearing jeans, a t-shirt, boots, like probably not hiking boots, but like not dress boots either.
Mm. Okie dokie. So she would look like she's not entirely confident in your attire, but doesn't say anything about it. She just kind of looks at you and says, "Alright, are you ready?"
Anytime you are.
She smiles and she goes and she places her hand on the archway of the tree and, in a chirpy voice says, "Open, please." And then the gateway opens, giving you a view into... Yes, I know it's not visible, that's why I said show it to them. An archway into the hedge. And as it says there, the hedge around Canterton Creek is essentially a much larger city, except it's completely and totally overgrown and seems, for the most part, abandoned beyond some fairly, typical animal-like hedge beasts. Birds, feral dogs and cats, rats, stuff like that. The kind of things you would expect in, a completely abandoned city, if you've ever seen that kind of movie with that sort of overgrown post-apocalyptic feel, where nature is slowly taking back over.
Right.
None of them seem too particularly intelligent or aware, beyond what you would expect for normal animals. Of course, they could just be playing a role for all you know. So, yeah, she starts to head in and she looks around, just getting a gauge of the area.
I would follow her.
All right. She starts walking
It
forward.
still says starting soon.
What was that?
It still says starting soon.
Oh, thanks for reminding me.
Oops.
It's already started. There we go. That's hidden. Anyway, I completely lost my train of thought there. Oh, right. She starts walking forward, and as she does, she starts talking to you, and she says, "So I heard of a little place in the hedge around here. There's supposed to be a little building that's been, she kind of looks like she's figuring out how best to put it. I don't want to say haunted because that's not exactly right in the hedge, even if you are dealing with hedge ghosts, but it's definitely a bit odd for the general layout of the area here. So we're going to go check that out and see what's happening there."
Sounds awesome.
All right. She starts to lead you along. So the way that hedge exploration tends to work in second edition, something that I'm sure everyone was expecting to hear about in a vampire game, is that it works basically like a chase where the weird itself, or the hedge itself, is the opponent. Basically just representing the general warping and oddity of the hedge. So you are basically going to be team working with her and you cannot lead it because, well, I mean, you could, but that would just be a bad idea because you don't have a weird score to alter the target number.
Right.
I don't believe you took any of the tricks that let you navigate like a changeling, did you?
I don't believe I did, no.
Yeah, you took one that lets you make an archway, I believe.
Right. I have,
It would be on your third page.
Yep.
Let's see.
I have Haunt's Gateway, Necropolis of Thorns, Greater, Kenning, and Fruits of Exploration, which lets me carry hedge fruit.
Necropolis of Thorns, I think that's the one that would actually let you do basic or subtle hedge spinning. Let me double check that real quick.
That's why I grabbed it, because it said hedge spinning.
Let's see. Necropolis of Thorn, capable of subtle hedge spinning, replacing weird with cantrips and glamour with vitae. So yeah, if hedge spinning comes up, you can use that.
Okay.
But you don't have the navigation one, which means, yeah, you're basically just helping out your friend. I may as well link the bloodline again for anyone that's curious about it. Alright. Okay, so you're starting off basically just navigating the streets. So that is... Well, let me check her sheet. And how does the hedge determine the edge? Hedge edge, that rhymes. I'm a poet and I didn't even have foreknowledge of said fact.
I agree, Jared. I agree.
It doesn't say. So, since it's just a casual romp through the hedge, I'm going to give you guys the edge. Because I'm being nice, and Olivia... Or Leah... Is her full name? What did I make her full? Nope, she's just Leah. I don't know why I said Olivia. She is indeed going to use Wits plus Streetwise to start navigating the streets and look for signs. Actually, no, she's going to use Wits plus Occult since she's looking for signs of this particular interesting locale. So why don't you go ahead and roll your supporting roll for that?
Which would be Wits plus...
Wits plus
Streetwise?
Occult.
Wits plus Occult.
Yeah.
Okay.
I changed my mind halfway through.
Hey, I don't have a problem with, Wits plus Occult.
Right.
It gives me more dice.
And what's your speed?
My speed is a
Hers is 10.
My speed's a 9.
Okie dokie. Right. Base pool of 5 dice. Okay. So yeah, go ahead and roll.
I'm waiting for my sheet to,
No modifiers to it, since I'm sure you're gonna ask.
yeah, my sheet, like, reloaded, and I'm waiting for it to pop back up. It hasn't done it yet. Just for some reason, it's being slow and stupid. Oh, look here, I can just roll this way.
Her clarity is that.
What else we call it?
Alright, 3 successes. Which means she is going to roll this many. And the hedge gets to roll. Do you have any mental or emotional conditions right now? Let's see.
Emotional conditions?
Ooh, you
I
have
have bestial.
So that is going to give the hedge a die bonus. Alrighty. Your guys' target is going to be base number. Okay. 8 minus her weird, so plus that. Okay. So, you start exploring the streets, looking for signs of the, oddities that she's talking about. You notice that it's getting, abnormally dark, like even for the hedge at night, which tends to be kind of overgrown and weird to begin with. That's not really a problem for you because there's enough light to look by. It's a tiny bit of a problem for her, but not much of one because changelings also have good senses. So she seems fine for the most part. You notice that a few different little critters are kind of following along with you guys. A handful of crows are fluttering from tree to tree nearby you. And there's a small group of feral cats that seem to be peeking out of alleyways here and there. You can hear the somewhat rapid heartbeats of all of them when they're closer.
Are there any tiny blue worms wearing scarves that say hello?
Are there any what?
Never mind, I was being facetious.
Okay.
Tiny blue worms wearing scarves.
I don't understand that reference.
I don't understand the reference either.
You guys need to go watch Labyrinth like 100 more times.
Way too many years.
Yeah, I think I saw that once as like a kid, maybe. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead and make another roll.
Same thing?
Yep, same thing. Three successes
excuse
again.
Me.
No, you're not excused.
I clicked on things. It just didn't say it clicked on things.
Alrighty. Ooh, that's her roll. And what's the hedge's target number? So I know if you guys get screwed over or not. Alright, it got 2, that makes it 5. Okay, it uses the same base. Alright, so in that case, yeah, you continue along the streets. She leads you down an alleyway where the building seems to be getting even older. It's crumbling a bit oddly along the edges, and it's doing so in patterns that, if you look really close, seem to mirror certain, like, occult symbols that you're aware of from, Well, it's basically like a variety of different cultures meshed into one. Part hieroglyph, part hermetic symbology. But you do recognize the different parts of it well enough. They don't mean anything as much as you can tell right now.
Okay.
But yeah, Leah leads you down the alleyway and towards a door that is made of basically metal. It's like a stereotypical dungeon door rather than a back door of a abandoned looking office building, which is what you're pretty sure you're at right now. She kind of looks it over a few times and knocks on it and tries the door, but it seems to be locked. And she looks at you and says, "I don't suppose you have a pick or anything."
I have a hairpin.
Might work. We can give it a try. We might need to shift things a bit to make that work, though. She holds out her hand for the hairpin.
Go ahead and dig it out of her hair and hand it over.
Alright. Hedge spinning. I remember how that works, right?
Oh, I didn't. There. Stupid sheet. Adding dice where I don't have dice. Just because I clicked on the area to see if I had dice in it.
Okay. So what she's basically suggesting is that you guys attempt to hedge spin it, since it's unlikely you'll be able to pick the lock with a hairpin. So
Okay.
what you're going to do is you're going to make a teamwork roll of intelligence plus not intelligence, dexterity or wits plus larceny, -1, and she is going to do the same.
Oh, that's going to be fun. I'm going to be down to 1 die.
Well, you're basically teamworking, so.
Larceny? What larceny?
Remember, you are a vampire, so if you're using dexterity, you can spend vitae for a +2 die bonus per point up to your blood potency.
Go ahead and do that. We'll use dexterity and then spend a vitae.
Okie dokie. So you
And that'll give me a +2 dice.
Yep.
Alright, and then plus larceny, and then... Alright. Look, okay. Be nice. Larceny. And then -1, because I got 2, so... That's 2, and then -1, so -1.
You rolled -1 dice.
Because you're still on
You're on simple roll.
simple roll instead of shield.
Oh, that might help.
Mm-hmm.
Why was I on simple roll anyway?
Because we had to do whatchamacallit for losing humanity at the end of the session.
You didn't account for your vitae there.
I did, it just didn't technically.
Well, you did modifiers of -1. You need to make
It
that a
should
positive
be.
one.
+1.
Well, just... Did that even... Yeah, that didn't roll anything. So, try
Yeah,
again.
because you're a dice.
Do you want me to roll a dice?
No, just... Well...
Okay.
Well,
yeah, actually, yeah, just roll a die.
Can
As
just
you
roll
can.
a die.
There you go. Do you want to make that a dramatic failure?
In the hedge? No.
You're no fun. Alright.
I'm a lot of fun. I took all the dramatic failures last time.
It's true you did. Alright, so her modifier, I'll give her a +1 for the hairpin, for what little that's worth. Wow. Alright, so between the two of you, she starts to pick the lock, as she places her hand on the door, and she starts to, maneuver the hairpin within it. The door, rather than, clicking open, it slowly basically shifts until it kind of like collapses in on itself and then reforms open rather than, swinging open or anything like that. But it does
Okay.
open, and it leads into a fairly creepy looking basement. It is incredibly dark to the point of like there being no light in there. Do you have acute senses?
Um, I do not. I have
You do not.
Bloodhound. Yeah.
That won't help
Okay.
you.
Yep.
There's no scent of blood for what it's worth. She, meanwhile, her eyes shift to look basically pitch black, and she seems fine as she heads in.
Is there anything I can do with my sorcery to change my eyes since I have creation and transmutation? Can I change my eyes into like cat's eyes?
You have transmutation 2, I think, right?
Correct.
That wouldn't let you fully shift, but it might be able to give you something like. But basically, you'd be needing to sit there for an hour and do it.
Okay.
Remember.
Right. All right. So
Note that kindred senses do compensate. You don't take the blind tilt in pitch darkness. You will have a -3 penalty though to
Okay.
perception-based stuff. So you can
Okay.
still go down there without stumbling about. You just aren't completely in your element.
okay. So I will follow her.
Okie dokie. You're able to follow her with no problem. Her heartbeat basically works like a beacon for you.
And the way she smells. I'm familiar with that. So
Right. And as you go, you start to you pick up a weird smell. It's kind of like it's not quite like rotting, like it doesn't have that horrible smell to it, but there's a smell kind of like death without the actual rot accompanying it is the best way to put it.
So like old boats, like a mausoleum or like something like that.
Kind of, yeah. Oh, these don't help. Whatever.
Ooh, what? Huh?
Nothing. I was talking to myself. Don't interrupt me. It's so rude to interrupt someone talking to themselves like a crazy person. Alright. So yeah, she starts to look around. She doesn't really say much. She's keeping an eye out. But she doesn't seem to be coming across whatever it is she's looking for. So what do you do while she's starting to poke about?
I'm just going to keep looking around, kind of guard her back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alrighty. In that case, go ahead and roll wits plus composure plus blood potency -3.
Wits plus composure plus blood click on blood potency. Thank you. -3.
One success. And let me roll for her real quick. Alright. She kind of perks up at about the same time that you hear kind of like basically like a liquid along the wall. Like something oozing about it is the best way to put it. You can tell where it's coming from, but you're not exactly sure what it is. Leah looks over there, basically confused. She doesn't seem to have any better of an idea.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of carefully edge in that direction.
Like in the direction of the oozy stuff.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, just make sure not to step in it, but I'm gonna kind of see if I can get closer to kind of see what it is.
Okie dokie. Roll the higher of your resolve or composure plus your blood potency.
My resolve and my composure are the same.
Well, there you go.
Any negatives?
Nope. Three successes. Alright, you feel a sensation kind of like your skin crawling, but nothing really happens from it.
Okay, the sensation of my skin crawling. When I was petting the wolf, not wolf thing at Travis's, does the ooze giving me the same creepy feeling that did?
No, the feeling you got when you were petting the wolf thing was like it didn't feel like a sense that you should have. This just feels like a typical creepy, shivers along your skin kind of thing.
It's okay, we don't mind. We like shivers along the skin. Alright, I'm going to tell her, kind of happily, in a very happy tone, tell her it feels really creepy.
She smiles a bit at that. She says, actually, let me roll this for her real quick. She has that. Okay, she kind of focuses on it a moment, says, be careful, I'm not sure what it is, but it's not actually a part of the hedge.
Okay. Can I go ahead and roll kinning?
You can. You can.
What is my kinning? What does my kinning come off of again?
I believe
Humanity?
it comes off your humanity in your case.
That's what I thought. So 7 dice. And I can't just click on humanity, of course not.
No, that would be too easy.
Yeah, stupid cheat. Alright.
There's no normal reason for a vampire to ever roll humanity.
There kind of is. There are some things that cap your dice pool at your humanity, in which case you may as well just roll humanity, but yeah. Alright, 1 success. You are indeed able to tell it is supernatural and not just part of the hedge.
Have I ever... Well, I don't get aspects type questions.
No.
Nope. You get more info if you get an exceptional success, but I don't believe you have any way to turn that exceptional.
Nope.
Right.
I only have 2 conditions at the moment.
Yep.
Like, it definitely does not belong in the hedge. Is there anything in this room or building that, like a glass jar, a vial, a cup, anything left over like that I could maybe reach down and scoop some of the ooze up into?
Roll wits plus investigation. -3. Because it's still very dark. You're able to find like some... Well, do you want to make that a dramatic failure first of all?
Sure. Why not?
Okie dokie. You are able to find one by stepping on it and causing a shard of glass to go right through your foot. Take 1 lethal damage and roll to resist frenzy.
Alright. Let me find my damage chart real quick.
Wait, not lethal damage. It would be bashing for you because you're a vampire.
I was about to say, it's like, that seems a little
Right.
disparate.
And I'm rolling what?
Resolve plus composure.
Okay.
And you have bestial, right? I believe that gives you
Correct.
a penalty.
I think it gives me a -2. Let me look real quick.
Take a -2 to all rolls to resist frenzy or physical impulse. Yep, so -2 to your roll.
Resolve. Okay.
Wow, 2 successes. All right. Yeah, you get really angry. You feel the beast coming to the surface.
I swear a lot.
Yeah,
Creatively.
but you are able to hold it at bay for now.
I'm gonna hop up and walk up and down one foot and pull the sliver of glass out of my foot.
Yeah, Leah kind of winces at that and says, "Be careful."
I think I was looking for something to try to scoop some of it up in. I found it, just not in the way I wanted to.
Let me roll something for her real quick. She has that.
She has common sense.
No.
Common sense, do not play with oozes in the hedge.
You always berate us about having it, so I figured you had given it to her.
No. She says, be careful. That kind of looks like, ectoplasm, so I'm not sure how well you can contain whatever it is. Might be a hedge ghost, but I've never seen them take that kind of form.
So, what causes hedge ghosts?
Death, wishing you were dead, really, or emotional trauma, the thorns kind of plucking one out of you. It varies, really.
Interesting.
Roll Resolve or Composure plus Supernatural Tolerance again. Or Blood Potency is your Supernatural Tolerance.
Oh. Any modifiers at all?
Nope. Roll again.
You're gonna make me roll until I fail. That's the whole point.
No, you tied with it in the first roll.
Oh, okay.
Okay, as you're, talking with her, the oozes kind of maneuvered a little bit closer along the wall. You can feel your skin crawling again, and this time it kind of takes on an appearance like it is rotting. Your nails kind of turn into little black claws. Your flesh looks like it's, a week dead instead of just dead. And your fangs, actually, you can feel them kind of, they're out even if you wouldn't have normally had them out. You just kind of... Leah kind of blinks a bit and says, what are you doing?
Rotting? Couldn't hold out my hand.
She kind of...
Move right from the wall a little bit.
The ooze starts to, slither closer to you.
I think it likes me, Leah. Did I make a new friend?
She kind of gives like kind of like non-committal answer to that.
So how do we get rid of hedge ghosts?
She kind of shrugs a bit and says, I mean, you can cause them to dematerialize by attacking them, and I think you can get rid of them the same way as normal ghosts.
Vagahatskarak handle ghosts. Does it? I saw something about spirits. I don't think I saw anything about ghosts.
It can't do anything involving other realms, but it can mess with one that you're able to see. But again, you would need to be spending time, and it might not. appreciate that.
Okay, so I can spend 1 Vitae to give myself 2 dexterity. Is that
Well,
how it works? Or is it
it's a
1 for
plus
1?
two. It's a +2 bonus to a dexterity-based roll.
Okay. Yeah, because I have no ability to fight whatsoever. Oh wait, I have a dot of weaponry. With my claws that I now have,
Brawl.
and oh,
It
they
would
don't go
it would
conflict.
it would just be brawl basically.
Okay. And I would need like improvised weapon merits to like just pick up something
No,
and
you
use that.
can pick up something and use it if you want. It just it'll always have a penalty and stuff. The styles
Right.
basically take away some of those penalties.
Okay. Like, well, do we want to try to make it dematerialize?
She kind of frowns a bit and says, I kind of want to
mean-
know why it's here. Just getting rid of it doesn't do much. There are a lot of these things in the hedge.
All right, can you talk to it? Can I talk to it? She'd turn around and look at it. Hello?
The ooze kind of stops where it is. It almost seems like it's reactive.
You kind of hold up her hand like, can we stop making me rot, please? It's not exactly pleasant.
It's still kind of just staying still. It isn't saying anything.
Okay. She'd look at Leah.
She kind of shrugs at you.
How do you normally interact with hedge ghosts? Or is this your first time?
She kind of, rubs the back of her neck and says, I mean, I've seen them before. I haven't done much with them.
She'd kind of grin. Oh, it is your first time. How cute.
Her brow kind of furrows at that.
She could hold up her hands like, it's okay, I surrender. Would we need to do anything to the hedge to let it talk to us?
To the hedge, not really. Maybe you can try asking it questions it can answer without speaking.
Let me think about that one for a moment. Are you stuck in this room?
It kind of, starts moving again. And as best you can tell, it kind of disappears through a wall and then comes back, which you imagine answers your question.
Yeah. Like, okay, that's a no. She kind of look at Leah. I never talked to ghosts before.
She says, well, hedge ghosts are kind of weird. They're not always something that you can just resolve, as far as I know.
Well, you wanted to find out if the building was haunted. Do you have your answer? She'd kind of point.
Yeah, it is. I'm just curious if this thing caused it or if there was already something weird and that attracted it.
Well, just keep looking around the room. Maybe that'll answer our question.
She shrugs a bit at that and says, I guess.
So I'm gonna search the room, and I feel like I'm in a D&D game suddenly.
Alright, go ahead and roll Wits plus Investigation, -3 again. Okie dokie. Do you want to dramatic fail again?
Sure, why not?
Alright. Let's see. As you're searching about, you kind of don't realize that the goop is following you because you're more focused on trying to figure out if anything else is in the room. So you end up kind of turning and tripping over it. And, it doesn't seem very happy about it, and it eats your foot. Like, that foot that was injured, it's just gone now. It disappears in the sludge. It doesn't really hurt, it's just gone. So you take leg rack until you regenerate that foot. And then it kind of, slithers away, of course.
It ate part of me. How rude! She'd say that to Leah.
She kind of looks at you and winces at that and says, ew.
How rude!
Well, you did kick it.
No, not intentionally. If it'll come back this way, I'll kick it intentionally.
She kind of frowns a bit and says, Can you grow your foot back?
Eventually.
Alright. Out of character, you can heal leg rack, I think, is as if it were 2 lethal damage.
So 2 fighting?
Yep.
Okay, we will go ahead and do that then.
Alright. She kind of watches your foot reform with a bit of interest. Of course, your boot's gone now. That went with the foot.
So she just kind of stand on one foot.
Hasty leather.
Yeah. Different varieties there, yeah.
Alright, she says, well, if you're okay,
I'm fine.
I think I found something. And she kind of, motions you over, which you have a vague idea of because of the way her blood flow changes.
Okay. She kind of make sure that she's not stepping on the thing or it's not near her, and make her way over to Leah.
Yeah, she tugs something out of the way. You can't tell exactly what it is, but there was something on the floor. And she tugs it away and reveals some kind of liquid. Again, you can't see exactly what it is, but it kind of sounds viscous as she pokes at it a bit.
Does it smell like blood?
It smells like a more intense version of what this place already smelled like.
Should cry. So it smells like death.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, to continue tonight's bad decisions, we're gonna crouch down by Leah and stick a finger in the goop, or in the viscous liquid she found, and then taste it.
Okie dokie.
Using Bloodhound and Discerning Palate.
Alright, it's not blood, but go ahead and roll wits plus composure anyway.
What's plus composure? Okay. Any negatives?
Probably should take a negative. Let's give you a -1. I should probably be taking logs.
And we actually don't want to take a dramatic failure on that one, thank you.
Alright, well, you can't tell anything other than that it's not really blood, but it doesn't taste bad per se, just not very palatable.
She kind of...
Yeah.
It tastes like cardboard.
She kind of furrows her brow a bit and says, well, I'm not tasting it.
No, you don't have to. That's what you have me for.
She reaches into her bag and she pulls out a jar, which, yes, you could have asked her about before you broke the one in here.
You had a jar all along?
She goes,
Right.
Yeah, but I didn't want to try jarring a hedge ghost. But this stuff I'm curious about.
Okay.
And she, scoops some of it out and covers the jar and says, do you want some too? I think I might have a flask or something too.
Yeah, I'll take some too.
All right. She pulls out, a spare flask and fills it up with the goop and offers it to you.
I'll take it. Where is my inventory? So I can put flask of hedge goop. Gear, here we go.
Okie dokie. Alright, she says, well, I think this stuff might have just attracted the ghost, but whatever the case, can't really study it very well here, so I need to head back to the freehold. Do you want...
Alright.
I imagine you want me to get you a gateway out of here?
I'll follow you. I mean, I can find my own gate probably and open it, but, I mean, if you already know where... I can probably find the one we came into and just reopen that one.
She says, I mean, if you're sure.
Yeah, should be fun.
Okie dokie. She shrugs and, walks out of the place with you and heads in a different direction.
Just tell her to have a good night. Let her know if, she turned up anything with the hedge goop, and she'll do the same.
Mm-hmm. She agrees to that. So yeah, now you get to roll for a chase that you don't have the advantage of weird for. You will definitely not have the edge. So let's see. You're not on a trod. You have an emotional condition.
This will go swimming.
Hey, Falco, so if I get kidnapped by a tree, can I come back to the game as a changeling?
No. This is as close to changeling as you're getting. Alright, so it's going to have that many dice. Alright, you're just trying to get back, so you can roll... Well, no, the hedge has the edge, so it decides what you're rolling. Let me take a look at your sheet. It's gotta be reasonable, but... Oh, perfect. You have to roll, wits plus survival. I'm sorry.
Fun. How many negatives do I get?
Just the negative from you not having any survival.
Woohoo!
Alright, one success. And let's go ahead and roll for the hedge. Alright, you start along, basically the roads that you're pretty sure you took to get here. But things are kind of turning you around, and it does not look the same way going back that it did getting there. Go ahead and roll again.
Same roll?
Yep. Alright, and edges roll. Oh.
Wow.
Alright, let's take a look at some of the sample fun stuff in the Changeling book.
Guys, I think I might be making a new character.
No. Here we are. We're not leaking a character, making a new one. We had someone well, let's see how you get by this. So yeah, you continue to walk along. You take a street that you're pretty sure is the way back. And, you turn the corner, but it looks entirely different. It's like the road ahead of you is completely overgrown with rather with what looks like, broken bottles and cans and junked cars and stuff kind of piled across the street. They all look unnaturally sharp. And among them, perched on one of the cars, is what looks like basically a large wolf-like creature with some eerily human-like features to it. Its eyes especially, but instead of front paws, it has like hands with claws. And it looks at you and lets out a horrible sounding howl. Are you going to try and fight, or are you going to try and run?
Can I not neither A nor B? Can I try Eerie Presence from Nightmare and try intimidating it?
Yeah, you can do that. Sure. We'll give
Alright,
you
so
one
I'm
shot at that. So yeah, you can activate that, and then you're going to want to roll Presence plus Intimidation plus your Nightmare rating.
I thought I had intimidation. Apparently I don't.
And you
Either that or it's another one of those dots that keeps vanishing on me.
Oh, Tassie.
Sure, I had it. Okay, so Presence plus Nightmare. Any other negatives?
No.
Why did I roll Wits plus that? It was not supposed to be Wits plus that.
Yeah, it can be weird about wits in particular. I've noticed it'll keep that instead of replacing replacing it.
Yeah. All right. Given that did not work, we're going to run.
Okie dokie. Yeah,
we're going to pretend that we are Little Red Riding Hood, and we are going to run.
Yeah, it definitely does not look impressed. All right. Let's see. This is basically another chase. But since you're not just dealing with the hedge, I'll give you a chance at getting the edge. So yeah, I'll be nice. Roll the highest of wits plus athletics, streetwise, or survival. And this will just be to determine who has the edge. And what's its stats for this? Technically, the hedge will be joining in this chase too, because that's just how the hedge works. Alright, so one success, and I'll make it roll that. Okay. Alright, it still has the edge, so your first roll is just going to be a straight stamina plus athletics. You are a vampire, so you can put vitae towards that, and willpower if you want.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and spend one of each.
Alright, that'll give you a
So
plus
one vitae gives me 2 more stamina? Or
yeah,
1?
it gives you plus 2 dice.
Okay.
And we'll give it... Gets that.
Seriously?
Wow.
Thought you were spending a willpower as well.
Oh yeah, I was. I missed the...
That's 3 more dice.
Okay, we'll just take the dice over here and roll them that way.
Okay.
Alright, 3 successes on your part. Whoops, I canceled instead of actually rolling that. It has... Huh, I thought it would have more than that. Well, that's what I said is wrong. Okay, so yeah, you take off, you're pumping vitae through your body to, help you go as fast as you possibly can. The hedge itself. Actually, let's see how. Let's see. The hedge is just kind of part and parcel to this, so we'll give that. So, all right. The hedge kind of shifts, and it's almost as if the hedge enjoys the fact that you're, being chased more legitimately, and that you're calling upon your inner beast to fuel yourself. So the street that you turn back past, it kind of clears up a bit, and you start to run basically a straight shot down the line as fast as you possibly can go. Fear the hedge, indeed. Yes. The wolf is pretty close on your tail, but you are staying ahead of it for now. Let's see, what's its speed? So you actually are going to have a target of 6 successes on this. All right, go ahead and roll again.
Same roll?
Yep, same roll.
I don't have that much willpower. All right, we're gonna go ahead and spend a willpower, and we'll go ahead and spend another fight. I'm gonna need to eat somebody. All right, so that gives me a +5 to the roll.
Mm-hmm.
What?
All right, and let's see how it does. Also 1 success. So let's see, that gives it 3 total, and you are at 4 total. Yeah, you're barely keeping ahead of it. It's slowly closing in on you, since it has a smaller success threshold it needs. And let's see what the hedge is doing. Alright.
The hedge is just watching.
Yeah, it shifts again a little bit. You turn down an alleyway, and the alleyway widens. There's some dangerous stuff along the ground. She doesn't have any vigor, Balrog. That is an option for them, but she didn't buy any vigor.
Why would I need vigor?
It would.
I would ask sarcastically.
Well, it adds to your speed technically, since that comes off of strength and dexterity. But, so yeah. Go ahead and roll again.
All right, I am not going to spend the willpower this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vitae. I'll spend 1 more. Yeah, but we're not spending the willpower. So I only get +2 dice. And I do not want to take a dramatic failure. No, thank you. Being eaten by hedge werewolves seems like a really bad idea.
Alright, let's see how it does. Let's see. Ooh, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Alright, that means that it catches up and it gets to make an attack. So, let me pull up its stats again. Oh. What's your defense?
Probably not enough.
Oh, I'm sure it's not enough, but...
My defense is a 4.
4? Okay, so it gets to roll 6 dice. Alright, so yeah, it catches up and it basically lunges at you and comes down with its claws, and they rake sharply across your back. You take... I assume you don't have any armor above 2, right?
Correct, I do not.
Okay, you take 4 bashing damage because, well, it is a hedge beast. Those are pretty normal claws, so your vampiric body at least isn't going to break down from claws. But yeah, that's 4 bashing damage.
Okay, and that puts me into my -2s with bashing?
Okie dokie. I don't make vampires take a penalty for bashing damage because they don't get beats for being in that track for bashing damage, and that makes no sense to me. I should add that to my house rules thing real quick. Vampires don't take wound penalties from bashing damage. There we go. Alright. You can go ahead and roll again, or you can submit yourself to combat, or you can try something else. You do...
Okay, because Necropolis of the Thorns Greater let me try to, like, a hedge spin? Or is it...
Oh, that has the
basically
old dice pool. Let me... Per hedge spinning. Alright. But yeah, basically the way hedge spinning works is you perform pretty much any action that's in line with what you want to do, and then you can spend the successes above the basic on spinning the hedge.
Okay. So basically I'm gonna, like, try to, like, pull a brick from a wall or something, because I basically want out. So I'm looking for that damn gate so to let me out. So basically going to...
So basically you're trying to form it into like a underground archway so you can use your...
Right.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and roll something like strength plus crafts or strength plus survival or whatever you think would make sense for that. I'm not going to be too picky with hedge spinning.
Modifiers at all?
Nope.
Really?
I said you don't take a wound penalty.
Oh, well, it automatically includes it.
Oh, well, roll one more die then and hope for the best.
That doesn't really generally work for me, but we'll try it. Hey, what do you know?
One success. Alright. Minors. Yeah, we'll call that enough. I'll be nice. Alright, so yeah, you basically pull a quote-unquote key brick from the side of the building, and it collapses into a little archway. It is going to be able to make one more attack before you roll to make the gateway.
Mm-hmm.
You have haunts. Yeah, you're making a new one, so you'll need to spend vitae. But yeah, it's going to make one more attack. That's 6 dice again. 3, 4, 5. So you take 5 more bashing damage. Remember, that'll probably roll over for you. So you'll be at 3 lethal, I think, and the rest is filled with bashing. Yep. Alright, so yeah, as the gateway is forming, you feel the claws rake even further. Basically skin's starting to peel off, bits of muscle are torn out with it. This is the kind of thing that a person would probably be crumbled to the ground unconscious for. Go ahead, and I believe you just have to spend a vitae.
Mm-hmm.
Interior archways. Yeah, I'll call this interior enough. So yeah, you spend a vitae and you open an archway. I assume you go through?
Yes.
Alright, you go through the... I'm going to offer you enough beats to, be another full beat for the group to have something not imperfect happen.
Sure.
Alright. So you take that, I'll add 3 beats to the group pot. And, alright. So yeah, vampires can... she has a special bloodline that lets her take, it's called cantrips. She's basically a changeling-aligned vampire. She can mess with the hedge and stuff. The idea behind it is that it's basically Nosferatu that are so far outside of even vampiric... Yeah, Nosferatu Kiasid is a good way to look at it. So, yeah, they have a bit of a connection to the hedge. They're not as good as changelings with any of that, but she can do some basic stuff in limited ways. I believe I linked it up. She just linked it again if you want to take a look at it. So yeah, all right. You open the gateway and you jump through it without paying any attention because you don't want more of your back to be torn outside of you. Yeah, just enough to get in trouble. That is pretty much the perfect way to put it, as is witnessed here. So yeah, you are able to jump out, from the gateway right into the middle of Elysium. As it
Middle
happened,
what?
the middle of Elysium,
Oh.
in the prince's office. He's not there, but you jump out and you basically crash into the table. The gateway closes moments later, because the, wolf thing doesn't seem to want to follow you there. But yeah,
Oh,
you
thank
make
goodness.
a bunch of noise there. And, pretty immediately a couple of the ghouls that help to watch over Elysium find you there. They, immediately ask what the hell you're doing in the prince's office.
Can I faint dramatically at this point?
Vampires don't faint.
Can I pretend to faint dramatically at this point?
You can, but the ghouls aren't going to be fooled.
Okay, I'm going to pretend to faint dramatically here. So manipulation plus subterfuge. Yeah.
Yeah, fine. You wouldn't be fainting. You're probably fainting, being on the edge of... thank you, I can't read the name. Oh, Divian. Thank you for following, Divian. But yeah, you're basically feigning going into torpor or something, since you do look pretty wounded. So yeah.
I get to roll 3 more dice because you don't count the bashing.
Why did you roll strength? I said manipulation plus subterfuge.
I did roll. Oh, look, the sheet's being stupid again.
So that's like 5 more dice. Right? Because you had manipulation 4, I think?
Yeah,
That was
manipulation 4.
Yep. So yeah.
And then I'm going to add plus 3 so it doesn't... There.
Alright, 1 success. He's just a typical retainer, so we'll give him that many. Yeah, he doesn't buy it. He walks up and kicks you in the side.
Ow!
Says, I asked you a question. What the hell are you doing here?
Well, you see, I went with a friend, and we went into the hedge, and then I got attacked by a hedge lupine, a hedge werewolf, hedge something. That was after the hedge ghost. But I was running away, so I opened a gate, and I jump through it, and I ended up here.
He kind of blinks at it and says, Hedge, what the fuck? Are you Peter Rabbit or something?
Tonight I am.
Wait here. I'm calling the enforcer.
I don't want to move anyway. Just don't kick me again, okay?
Yeah. He pulls out his phone and, the other one kind of sits there, waiting. He, doesn't bother with a weapon or anything, but you imagine that any guard ghouls probably have, like, vigor or what have you. Let's see. Don't have a good miscellaneous. I haven't made any of the enforcers yet. Alright, let me find a picture real quick. I'm sure I have something in my... Ooh, have I used that picture yet? I haven't. That'll be cool. We can have a...
I have not been keeping notes this entire time.
You were the one in the hedge.
Yeah, I know. I
Told
will
by
like
me,
keep up.
tags NPC. Alright. Save changes, show to players. Oops, that's not you know what, that is his name. Fine. Most people call him Ash.
That's a heck of a last name.
Yeah, I might tweak that. Alright, so yeah, you wait there, and if the rest of you want to have been in Elysium, while you were waiting for her, I will allow that turn of events, just so you don't have to wait any longer.
I think we might have said that we were at Elysium, but I don't remember for sure last time.
Sure,
Yeah,
sounds
I don't
good.
remember either.
Yeah, you guys are in Elysium. You heard the crash, and you saw the ghouls head off to see what the hell's going on. You see one of them head out, on the phone, and he closes it. Moments later, the individual I just showed you guys appears out of the shadows, like he just kind of poofs into place, and
Tim McCart.
he brushes his arms off and looks to the rest of you in there, and talks to the ghoul, asks what's going on, and then he heads back towards where the disturbance is. Do you two do anything?
I'd look at Jeremy and say, "You don't think it's Miranda?" I think she was going to the hedge. Something weird might have happened.
Yeah. It might be Miranda, I guess.
Who else would cause as much chaos?
All right. So yeah, Miranda, you see that individual walk into the room alongside the other ghoul, and in the most authoritative voice possible, says, "What are you doing here?"
I came through by accident.
All right. I forget. Do you have occultation? I can't remember.
Me? No.
Nope. All right. You had a ritual that you don't have cast right now that can affect aspects, but you don't have that active. So let's go ahead and roll some dice. All right. He looks at you really suspiciously, but not quite like he thinks you're lying. More like, how the hell does that happen? He offers a hand to you and says, why don't you explain to me slowly exactly what happened?
I have a friend. Her name is Leah. I wanted to meet up with her. She offered to take me exploring in the hedge. I went with her. We encountered a hedge ghost. Then we encountered a viscous liquid, which didn't eat my foot like the hedge ghost did. She held up the vial.
All right, he kind of puts a hand up and says, "I have no idea what you're talking about."
Faye. Changelings?
His brow furrows at that and says, "Oh, what?" He kind of looks at you and says, "Figures one of you would be messed up with them." Okay, so go back to it. How did that end up with you ruining the prince's office?
She went her direction, I went mine. But the hedge does weird things, so I couldn't find my way back to the way I came in. And this giant werewolf-looking thing with hands howled and started chasing me and attacking me. So basically, I created a gate out of the hedge to just anywhere so I could get away from it, and this is where it spit me out.
All right, he kind of, he's still looking at you. Oh, I should update the current events. Leah was spat from the hedge into the prince's office. Alright. Well, the hedge doesn't always line up completely logically with the real world. In this case, as much as anything, it was probably a case of the hedge just wanting to fuck with her, Balrog. So yeah. Alright, so yeah, he says, well, I guess be more careful and consider this you owing both myself and the prince a minor boon so that we don't punish you for this.
Kind of pout slightly. Like, okay. Can I go?
Yes, go. Now.
She kind of pull herself to her feet and kind of limp out.
Freaking fairies indeed. Alright, so yeah, you guys see Miranda limping out. Very injured. You know,
I'd look at Jeremy and say, told you.
half of her back is missing.
Walk over to Miranda and say, what in the world happened to you?
Hedge werewolf.
I thought I told you to be careful.
You did.
You should have let me come with you.
Yes.
Alright. I am going to be AFK for a moment. As usual, I can hear you guys, so talk among yourselves.
Very funny.
Oh. That's bad. So, what happened? What attacked you?
It looked like a werewolf. You know how werewolves look in movies? The snout filled with teeth and the hands with the claws and the howling and all of that? Yeah, it kind of looked like that.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds interesting, but a little on the dangerous side.
A lot on the dangerous side. I really didn't think would get into this much trouble. So next time we go, I'll take you with me.
Teach y'all some self-defense, I think.
Oh, that would be wonderful, actually. Maybe you can teach me how to run faster.
Oh, well, we could work on that as well. Anything would help with you being able to survive.
Surviving is good. Speaking of surviving, I don't suppose we can go back to the house and one of you can bring me dinner? You can go to the place I normally work and tell, let me come up with a name for my herd, real quick. Tell Alex that, I need to fix.
Alex who?
Just Alex.
Only Alex. Okay.
Can I borrow a coat?
Yeah, and I guess we'll have to go get your car at some point.
Yeah, that would be nice too.
We'll deal with that tomorrow night.
Sounds like a plan. Ow.
I'll take her back to the house if you'll swing by the club, Jeremy.
Sure.
Alright, I'm back.
Order a pizza. Pizza yeah.
Remember,
You're hilarious.
You do have your protection magic, so if you made it potent enough, It might save you a bit of blood, I think,
Yeah.
overall, because you have to pay half the cost, but you also need to pay your sacrifice. And how much damage are you down?
I have 3 lethal, and the rest is filled with bashing.
3, 4, 5. Okay, so that would cost 5 blood, but that's a protection 3 ritual. So you would save 1 vitae if you did a ritual.
I don't think it's worth that at this point.
Fair enough. Alright, so, one of them was getting you something to eat, you said? Or
Yeah, going after my herd.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if they're just bringing their herd to you, you don't need any rolls for that. Just take 2 vitae. Because you have herd 1, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, they're able to bring someone back to you. You have a bite, so to speak, and gain 2 vitae.
Yep.
Alright.
Oh, hi, kitty.
Anything else any of you want to do for the rest of this evening? It is probably pretty dang late at this point.
I'm fine with just going back to the coterie house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
How quickly do vampires heal?
As quickly as you can spend the blood for it, if it's lethal or bashing.
Okay. I need to look and see what my total blood pool is with the how many I can have with the blood potency is what I'm talking about.
Your maximum is 11.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright.
Down by 5.
So yeah,
Ouch.
if you are sleeping, unless you spend willpower, you automatically will heal as much as you possibly can. You know, as in the vitae will spend itself.
Okay.
So
No.
what are you at vitae-wise?
Why do I have a white?
What are you at vitae-wise?
Oh, I'm down by 5.
So you have
So you're at 6.
Okay, so you just barely have enough to wake up tomorrow and be completely starving. But you'll be healed. Alright, let's move this over a click. So yeah, all your vitae is gone, but your wounds heal while you sleep.
Okay.
You are probably going to want to hunt straight away because you are pretty much going to frenzy at the drop of a hat at this point.
Yeah.
Well, go to the river and...
That'll give me 1.
Right, that'll
Yes.
give you 1, but that's still starving.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then we're gonna go hunting.
Yeah.
Probably go to the club and do the normal thing of manipulation and
Okay, make your roll.
Cat, you make
How
it
many
hard to
days
see.
has it been since you took Bestial?
I got that last session.
Yeah,
Right.
so it hadn't even been a day.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, speaking of, roll detachment because you took wounds that would hospitalize a mortal. So,
Alright, so what do I roll for detachment? Resolve plus composure?
no,
No.
humanity is... Let me check what the humanity
Her
level
humanity was still 7.
Right. Yep, surviving some... Okay, so that's
Okay.
4 dice is your base. Plus 2 for having a touchstone, so that's 6 dice.
Okay. So just roll simple dice, so we'll just do it this way.
Oh, Balrog hasn't seen the unique bits about the town. Let me go ahead and pull that up and show that on the screen. Sorry about that. So yeah, a quick thing for anyone who's tuning in now and hasn't seen earlier episodes. The basic premise of this town is that it's a very mystic place, and wow. And the nature of it means, or makes it easier for a larger number of vampires to be present than should be possible in a, town with 1,000 to 2,000 people at absolute most. The big, the absolute big major thing that's attracted so many vampires is the river itself can provide basically about a point of vitae's worth of blood every night just by drinking the water of it. So, just night to night, that's a net loss of nothing. which means that non-active vampires don't actually put a burden on the blood economy, so to speak. So yeah, and, in addition to that, there's a bunch of mystic sites, and blood sorcery is easier to use. But all right, so yeah, Miranda, you are not able to hunt successfully. Like, there's just
Well,
never.
No, that was
that was
for
for.
Oh, that was your
Humanity.
detachment. Sorry,
Right.
I totally miss. That's what happens when you have ADD and you're trying to
do 5
explain
things at
things.
once.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's humanity, which means you are now humanity 6. I imagine you don't want to make that a dramatic failure.
No.
I mean, it gives you jaded instead of one of the other conditions.
What does Jade do actually?
It
It's
caps
not too
your
bad.
frenzy pool and a couple other minor things, I believe.
Let's see. Any rolls to resist frenzy suffer humanity dots as a cap.
Yeah.
Cannot spend willpower to hold back frenzy, and may still ride the wave.
Yeah.
Does that stack with Bestial?
Yep.
Sure, why not?
All right. So yeah, waking up, with your wounds all healed after going through something that would have had a really good chance of just killing a person, it kind of, it's just a very firm reminder that you are undead now. Yeah, the light blue river, or light blue line is the river. Let me move the thing and ping that for you. Like, as you can see, the coterie house is pretty close to the river. The red line is basically the reliable vampiric territory. The blue line is quote unquote reliable mage territory, and then that light blue line is the river.
So 3 successes for hunting.
Okie dokie. 3 successes to hunt. Go ahead and roll resolve plus composure -2 to resist hunger frenzy. To make sure you
And
don't.
I will actually go with her and hunt as well.
All right.
Okay, resolve plus composure -2.
1 success for hunting.
My cat is trying to help me roll dice.
All right. Charlie's able to, feed normally, take as much as you're willing to risk taking from a person.
Just 2.
Okie dokie. All right. Yeah, you don't frenzy. You can feed on the person as much as you're willing to risk.
So I get one person with 3 successes?
One person, since you didn't take any penalties. Yeah.
Okay. I'll take 3 from them. And then I'm still down by 7, so I'm going to go, can I hunt again? Or do I only get 1 hunt tonight?
You can hunt again. It takes about an hour by default.
Okay. So we're going to go
How much?
hunting
How much blood did you say you were taking from?
3.
3? Okay. So that will put you at 4, which means you'll still be hungry. Okay. Go ahead and roll to hunt again then.
Okay. What kind of negatives do I take to give myself more people to feed off of?
-2 per extra person.
Okay. And I'm already getting a -2. So I don't really want to make it a -4. So
Well,
Well, the negative
No.
2 is for your friend. Was for when you were frenzying.
oh, okay. So we'll go ahead and take -2 then.
Do you want to make that dramatic?
No.
Probably for the best.
I think I've had enough dramatics for one night.
Technically, this is the same scene, more or less.
Okay.
Anyway, so all right. So yeah, you're not able to find any further clients for the night.
Okay.
You kind of split yourself a bit too thin, trying to encourage people into going 2 for 1.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, That takes a couple hours. Is Jeremy doing anything in this time? Are you muted, Donna?
Yeah, I was muted. I was trying to unbraid my hair and find the button at the same time. Well, Jeremy would have gone along with them, but he doesn't need to hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Okay.
hoping to try to keep Miranda out of causing more trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, that's fair. Okay, so yeah, you all spend some time there helping Miranda work, and yeah. So, what do you want to do next then?
Go to Elysium to see if the Enforcer or the Prince have come up with anything for me to do, since apparently I owe them.
You don't want to go get your car first?
Ah, yeah, go ahead and get me my car. That'd probably be a good thing.
Yeah. So,
I love you, Pumpkin. Get down.
drive her out to wherever her car is.
Right. Probably a good idea. Yeah, you can drive out there with no trouble. Get her car back, head back to, you said you were going to Elysium?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You head back to Elysium. There's a fair number of people there that are chattering amongst themselves. No small number of them look at Miranda as you all come in.
I smile and wave.
And they kind of, a couple half-heartedly wave back.
Did I gain willpower back for Masochist, Falco?
Yeah, sure.
How many? Just one?
Yeah, just the one.
Okay.
Actually, let me double you pretty much, for the sake of it, went off on your own. So yeah, I'll give you all your willpower.
Yay!
All right. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, people chattering about no sign of the prince right now.
Any sign of the Enforcer?
No, but that's not exactly surprising. There's rarely a sign of the enforcer unless he's enforcing.
Alright. Are there any sign of the Prince's goals?
There's the Elysium ghouls, but not the prince's personal guards.
Okay. I'm gonna approach one of the Elysium ghouls.
Okay. He eyes you curiously.
Is there any word if or when the Prince is going to be in attendance tonight?
He gives you a bit of a shrug and says, I hear he's kind of busy today. Not sure exactly what. They don't tell me much.
Of course they don't tell any of us much. I don't suppose there's a good way to get in touch with Ash, is there?
None of you have taken any city status yet, right?
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
I suppose I should probably give you a dot of that, but we'll worry about that later. Yeah, I guess you'd probably have a number for him. Most Kindred that are recognized would. And you're
Okay.
at least barely recognized.
I might be a little more recognized now than I was, but that's not necessarily a good thing. I will go ahead and text him and say, since I owe him a boon, is there anything that he needs done tonight?
Alright, there's no response for a while, but he eventually sends you back a Google Maps link.
Okay. I'll go ahead and open the link.
Alright. I always forget if it's... controller. Is it Alt Controller Shift to force ping? There it is.
Shift.
There we go. But yeah, about right here is where it comes up. It doesn't actually say anything to go along with it.
Okay, so right here.
Yep.
So I will show the map to Jeremy and Charlie, and like, well, this was his answer to my question. Would you two like to come with me?
Maybe we can keep you out of trouble that way.
Yeah, I'm definitely coming with you.
Smile at Charlie. Like, you're so sweet. All right. So whose car are we taking?
That's a good question.
Well, we could drop your car off at Coterie House and just take mine
That'll be
along the
easier.
way.
It works for me.
That would be easier. So why don't we go ahead and do that?
All right. So yeah, you head back to the coterie house, swap vehicles as needed, grab any equipment as needed that you don't keep with you already, and just drive straight there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's see if I have any good images for this. No, I'm already using that one. Already using that one. Alright, I guess I'll just not give it any visuals right this moment. I'll look for something later. Alright, basically you come across a abandoned pharmacy is what it looks like. Like it looks like, you know, one of those little Walgreens type buildings, but it's abandoned, torn down, or not torn down, like the signs and stuff are all torn down, but the building itself is standing. It just looks a little old.
So it looks like most buildings in the city that are abandoned.
Yep.
Looks kind of old. Okay.
Honestly, most buildings in the city are abandoned, so that still holds accurate, even without the qualifier.
Okay. I just, wait for Charlie to park and head out and start looking around the area.
The group are... Sorry, I was just updating the little sidebar there for people. Alright, so you're just looking around the outside to start with?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright. All of you guys are blood potency 2, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And then Jeremy has Auspex 2. And the rest of you don't have Auspex. For the sake
No.
of Kindred senses.
I have cute senses.
So let's see. 3 times 6 plus...
I have Kinning.
That is irrelevant to me telling you what you reflexively spot. Alright, as you get close to the building, Jeremy is able to hear what sounds kind of like a really off heartbeat, like a heartbeat that is technically beating, but it's not fast enough or strong enough to actually sustain a body. You guys can feel free to roll an intelligence or wits plus investigation to search around the place and look for anything else.
What's plus investigation, you said?
Yep. And add your guys' blood potency to it because of kindred senses.
Any modifiers?
Nope. 1 success, 1 success. 0 successes.
Oops.
Does Charlie want a dramatic fail?
Sure.
Alrighty.
All of our beats tonight are going to be for dramatic failures.
Alright, so as Miranda and Jeremiah are searching around the place, they go around back where there's a broken wooden door and they can see some footprints going here or there. You guys basically, motion Charlie over to take a look, and he slips, falls through the broken door and down some stairs. You're going to go ahead and take 2 bashing damage, and you are going to wind up at the feet of what look like 3 corpses and a feral-looking vampire.
Doesn't resilience
And
negate part of that?
only if you spend a vitae.
Oh, okay. I thought it would by default.
No, it downgrades aggravated damage automatically. You have to spend vitae to
Okay.
fully ignore damage.
Alright.
Alright. But yeah, you fall at the feet of what look like, a few standing corpses and a feral-looking vampire. None of them look particularly happy to see you. Go ahead and roll initiative. The rest of you can too. I believe there's I set up the initiative tracker to work right. Where's the stupid initiative tracker button?
I would have brought my
Is it this guy?
shield.
Yes, it's this guy.
So,
That's fine.
How do you roll initiative on this sheet again?
up at
Yeah.
the top above die, there is roll initiative.
Aha!
Alright, let's do... Let's do this for
There we go.
that guy, and... What did I just do? What's that? Alrighty. Here we are, add custom item. He is that. Why did it not? Whatever.
I forgot to
Oh
click
my
on
God.
my...
Yeah, you
Why is it not saved?
forgot to click on your
And then
toe.
alright. You all got your turns
The
on there?
fast little zombies.
Yeah. So to speak. Alright. And numerically, whoops, not ascending. There we go. And let's reorder that so Jeremiah can go before the zombies. But yeah, obviously the two of you see what happens. Let's go ahead and move down here and just do a quick layout of approximately where everyone's going to be. We got vampire, zombie, zombie. I know, incredibly well detailed, but this is Chronicles of Darkness. I just want to give you an idea of where everyone is. And there's, stairs here. So yeah, you have the knockdown tilt right now, Charlie. And Jeremiah,
Okay.
your turn.
Well, I don't know how well guns work against zombies, but I guess I'll draw my gun. I
Alright.
have a gun, don't I?
I don't know, do you?
Do you remember to give yourself one?
No. Well, that was fun.
You didn't.
I mean, you have at least one dot firearms. I am fairly certain.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
you
do
forgot to
have
take
that.
equipment is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can have a basic handgun. We'll say you have that.
Okay.
which is, yeah, light revolver with its 1 damage rating. Rest of that doesn't really matter, stat-wise. But yeah, you draw that. You don't have quick draw, right?
Nope, I do not.
Okay, so yeah, you spend your turn doing that. Boop. Why did the zombie say 20 now? What the heck?
Because there are 2 of them.
It's
Wait,
adding...
everything's going up.
I was...
All of theirs is going up.
What the heck?
I've never seen that before.
That is incredibly weird.
Weird.
It's a new feature of Roll20.
Yeah.
Ever increasing bad guy initiative.
I'll figure out what's going on there later. For now, it is the zombies' turn. All 3 of them, if it'll let me move them. I have to zoom in, don't I? It's weird about... Yeah. Basically, all 3 of them are going to come over and try to hold you down. So, I believe the knockdown tilt removes your defense, right? Let me double check that. Oh, no, you can still apply defense, but you take a -2 penalty to attacking. Alright, so yeah. What's your defense?
Sorry, switching back. 6.
6? Alright. I rolled that for them. These... Okay. So that is going to be 3 chance dice. Let's just roll 3d10. One of them does
And
manage
there's
to
10.
grab a hold of you as you try to wiggle.
10.
But the other one, dramatic fails, and he falls flat too.
He trips.
I can't add icons to these, so I'll just turn him sideways. Now it's an N that's attacking you. Alright. So that is the zombie's turn. You are grappled right now. Let's give you a net. Alright, Miranda.
Is there anything I can use around for a weapon? I guess a piece of broken door.
Sure. Roll strength plus athletics to yank a good piece off. I should give you guys some music or something.
Not wit. It's the same number though. They're both 2. Wits and strength. I don't know if you want me to re-roll or...
No, that's fine. Alright, yeah, you're able to yank a piece of broken door off. You can head down the stairs if you want, but you can't attack yet.
Right, I will head downstairs.
Okie dokie. Boop. Alright, that makes it vampire's turn. Ah, that is louder than I thought it would be. I just grabbed one of the random combat musics I had left over without the sound burst, or whatever, fan burst, that's what it was, that closed down. That took away so much of the music I had saved up. But anyway, it is the vampire's turn. Seeing as the zombies seem to have Charlie well at hand, so to speak, it is going to lunge after Miranda. And it is in frenzy. Let's just put him here. Alright, what's Miranda's defense?
Not nearly high enough, 4.
4. Alright, so let's see. He would be about that plus that minus 4 will give him that. Right? No, let's do that. Alright, yeah, this feral-looking vampiric guy lunges at you, and as soon as he grabs hold of you, he sinks his fangs right into your shoulder and basically rips into it. You take 2 lethal damage in addition to being grappled. And yes, that is lethal because vamp fangs do lethal to other vamps.
Right.
Let's maneuver these icons around a bit. Alright. Charlie, your turn. You are grappled.
Okay.
But it's the first turn, so you can quote-unquote act normally, or just try to get out of it.
Alright. I will go ahead and spend a vitae to activate 22 solid,
Okay.
which will let my resilience downgrade lethal to bashing.
Okie dokie.
And that's just an instant action, so then I'll try and break free.
Well,
And
if it's instant, that means it takes your action.
oh, it does take my action? Okay.
Yeah, reflexive is free.
Oh, okay. Alright. Then, yeah, I guess I'll just do that.
Alright. You activate that, and it is Jeremiah's turn again.
Is he still grappled?
Yeah.
Yes. I had the little net icons on both of them.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the music.
Well, you can turn your music down on your end. It's nice and quiet.
Go to the
Cog.
yeah, and then where
But-
it says master volume, turn it all the way down.
Or most of the way, if you still like some music.
Okay, now I can hear.
Alrighty, cool. So yeah, as I said, they're both grappled.
Okay, they're both grappled.
Help!
Gun's not gonna do much for vampire. I don't know yet what guns will do to zombies.
Well,
You can roll intelligence plus occult reflexively if you want to take a guess.
Yeah. Probably not much more than most vampires. Let's see. Any modifiers?
Nope. Alright, most zombies, it'll be about the same as with vampires. You know, it's dead flesh, so, you know, they're not going to bleed out or anything like that. But it still will have some effect if you're a good shot. It does ultimately depend on where the zombie came from, like the kind of magic that animates it or why it's a zombie, but usually that's a good guess that it'll be about the same as against a vampire.
I guess I will shoot at one of the zombies then.
Okie dokie.
Assuming the one that's holding me.
Well,
Yeah, only one of them fully has a grab on him.
but I guess that's the one that comes over his
Alright,
icon a little bit.
alright, it does not have a defense.
No defense against guns. Yay!
Yep. It's for 1+1 damage. Alright, let's mark something on it. I wish it would let you put icons on stuff you drew. Whatever, I will just keep track of that. Alright, so yeah, you take a shot. You take a shot, you know, it lodges into it. It kind of stumbles a bit, but, you know, it's not enough to do too much damage to it overall. Yeah, now it is the zombies' turn, which keep having them raising initiative for some god-awful reason, I don't know. Since it's the zombies' turn on a new turn, Charlie, roll Strength plus Brawl to contest Mr. Zombie's grappling.
Zombies are back to 10 again.
What?
Well, the zombies were 10.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Any modifiers?
Nope. Alright, you win. You either can maneuver or break free.
Break free.
Alrighty. Yeah, you're able to squirm away from the icky zombie. This one spends its turn getting up, and this other one's going to attack you. You said your defense was 6, right?
Yeah.
So let's roll its chance die. It misses. Alright. So it is Miranda's turn.
I'm going to try to get free. So
Alright.
That's strength plus athletics.
No, it's strength plus brawl.
Brawl.
Why does it have to be brawl?
Alright, yeah, you are not able to. I suppose I should technically roll for it. It, without defense and stuff, would be that. Alright, you take 3 more lethal damage as it takes another bite out of you.
Alright, I'm into my -2, so it's lethal.
Okie dokie. Let me mark that beat-wise. Alright. Charlie's turn again.
Okay. I'll draw my weapon.
Alright.
And I guess, assuming I can move over so that I'm a little closer to the
Yeah, you can move.
vampire.
Yep.
Be able
You
to.
can-
There.
Alright.
Can't do anything else, but at least look imposing, potentially.
Yep. And remember, Miranda, you can spend Vitae to heal reflexively.
Okay.
But, yeah, Jeremiah's turn.
I am going to shoot the vampire this time because it's really messing her up.
Sounds good. Aiming anywhere in particular, or are you just taking a shot at it?
What's the penalty for aiming somewhere in particular?
Depends where you're aiming. It can range from, I think, like -1 for an arm to -5 for an eye.
A headshot is usually a -3.
Yep.
Guess I'll spend a dot of willpower so that way I can take a headshot and not lose any dice.
Alrighty. You get enough successes that can stun, but you need more than that for it. Alright. Let me note that. Alright, yeah, you take a shot and hit the vampire right in the skull. You know, it reels back a bit and clearly doesn't look happy, but it's still focused on what it's doing. Alright. Zombies next. Alright, they're pretty single-minded, so they're all gonna attempt to grab onto... What's his face again? Charlie.
Charlie.
Kill him, Charlie!
And one of them falls over again.
The same one?
Yep.
Well,
I don't know.
you didn't use the same one, but
We'll
it
say
was
it's
the
the same
second
one,
roll.
yeah, because the second... that was the one that's... Yeah. Doesn't really matter other than you
No.
keeping track of which one has what damage. And only one of them has damage, so... Let's move the vampire a bit. So yeah, they all lunge at you. One of them just topples over again. Miranda's turn, which means contest the vampire's grapple.
Can I use Nightmare to try to make myself, like, more scary to see if it'll run away and let go of me?
Nightmare 1's not going to do that for you. Not
Okay.
against a frenzying vampire, at
Okay.
least.
Alright, we will try to get away then.
Alrighty. Those dice. Oh.
Ouch.
Right. Have you... Well, you are going to basically be pulled to the ground and take another 6 lethal. That's going to be putting you pretty heavy into aggravated, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Poor thing.
I'm in -1s with Ag.
Ouch. And you are full of lethal, so if you don't spend Vitae right now, you go into torpor.
Alright. I will go ahead and spend enough to heal, I guess,
The lethal?
3? Yeah, the lethal.
Well, you can only spend 2 per turn.
Alright, so I'll spend 2.
Okie dokie. Go ahead and wipe those off. And I'll record another beat for being in the 3rd box. Alright. So yeah, Miranda does not look good right now. This thing is like basically tearing off. You know, basically
Chunks.
her throat's exposed now. You know, again, if she were immortal, she'd be as good as dead right now.
Mm.
Why does the vampire have 14?
Because it keeps multiplying. I have no idea why. All
It's
right.
not moving them, at least.
Yeah. All right, Charlie, your turn.
Alright. I will attack the vampire.
All right. It's
What is its defense?
none because it basically just tugged her to the ground. So
Okay. Let's see.
make it count.
Yeah.
Cut it in half.
I will spend a point of willpower.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll spend 2 vitae as well on strength.
All right. So that'd be +4.
Yes. And then I have 2 from my weaponry specialty with area of expertise.
Mm-hmm.
So, +9.
There you go. All right. You cleave right through the torso of this thing. You know, it basically its top half, its fangs remain like latched onto her, you know, holding there. But, you know, it clearly loses any semblance of consciousness. You know, you cut off its bottom half and it's now in torpor.
Okay.
All right, Jeremiah, your turn. There are 3 zombies left, and you know the torpid vampire.
Well, if it's torpid, I think we can deal with the zombies first. So I will try to figure out which zombie I've already shot and shoot that zombie.
Sounds good. Go ahead. No penalties. Fail. That's a shame. You fire and you miss. Alright, zombies. This one gets up. And the other 2 try to grab hold of Charlie. And they fail.
Nope.
Alright, so Miranda, it is your turn. You are not grappled anymore. I mean, the thing's still kind of latched onto you, but you can shake it off.
I'm going to shake it off.
You cut out there after you said shake it off.
Yeah.
And back out of the fighting.
Alright. So, like, back upstairs or just further
Yeah.
into the... Okay. So let's throw you up there. Okay. Vampire's torpid. Charlie.
Okay.
You know what? Let's down and dirty at this point. Roll one
Yeah.
time,
Okay.
and I'll roll a teamwork for the zombies. So let's see. I'll give them.
They have a defense.
Well, there's no defense in down and dirty.
Oh yeah. Never mind.
So let's see.
Okay. 7 less dice, and I get the same result.
All right. You take 5 bashing damage. You know, in your ensuing fray with the remaining zombies, but you know you managed to cleave them in twain the same way you did the vampire without too much effort.
Okay.
So yeah, that will be the end of combat. You now have a torpid vampire and actual corpses at your feet. Let's turn that music off and change it to that, which is more explory. That is not the one I thought it was.
How do vampires get rid of ag? Is it just they have to wait for it to go away like everything else?
It costs 5 vitae, and you have to heal it in your sleep
Okay.
per point.
Would I get conditions for the 2 exceptional successes?
I suppose you would. You can have a
Steadfast, I would assume.
Yeah. And what else is good? You can have an inspired too, I guess.
Okay. I'll dig them out.
Okay. All right. Wait for you to do that before we continue.
Okay. I got them.
You got him? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, the basement is pretty dark, like pitch dark. But, you know, there's enough light for you guys to see by if you leave the door open. There's not much in there, honestly. It looks like it was probably once, you know, used as a storage area, but there's nothing really left there. There is a scent of blood, both the blood that you just spilled and some older blood in the area.
Can I tell if the heartbeat was coming from this area?
Yeah. You know, basically by keeping track of everything, one of the zombies' hearts was kind of sort of beating before it
I
died.
see. It was only half zombie.
Alright. I'm going to sit where I am, basically, kind of going, ow. And text Ash and tell him that we killed, like, the problem is solved. Problem solved! Exclamation point, smiley face. Ow. And then followed by, owie.
I'd go ahead and, like, spend a little bit more time looking around and actually roll wits composure.
I'm going to follow these two around. I don't want to get left off by myself anywhere.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and make your rolls.
Let's see.
I'm pretty useless for making rolls at the moment.
Any
Does
modifiers?
acute senses, would that give any bonuses, or?
Yep, that gives you your blood potency as a bonus.
Okay.
Roll 0 dice for 0 successes.
2 successes. You're on simple roll, probably. instead of sheet roll.
Stupid symbol roll. There we go.
All right. So Miranda walks around in circles. The rest of you, looking around, there's some minor signs of struggle. It's hard to tell in like the basement of a place like this, but there's like little cracks on the wall around where some of the old blood is, and you can catch some of the footprints you saw above leading away, starting down here. They look kind of like they were in a rush. It's not really high detailed footprints or anything, more like, just scuffs and such, but it's enough to go by. Yeah. That is what you can find via mundane senses.
Oh, okay.
Switch over here and have a look.
A pumpkin.
Okay, person with aspects. The storyteller just made a comment on that's all that you can find with mundane senses.
Yes, I'm looking to see what.
Okay, I'm just giving you a hard time.
Well, obviously, I want to use aspects. I was just trying to see. Am I using one or two?
Are you using Auspex or are you using Arcane Sight?
Ooh, I should use Arcane Sight. That's a little better.
Alright, so that costs a Vitae to activate. There... You can see magic on the corpses, and, it kind of extends towards the torpid vampire.
Oh, okay. I want to examine the torpid vampire.
Alright.
Which roll is that?
It's intelligence plus empathy plus Auspex.
Okay.
Alright, 2 successes, so that gives you 2 questions about Mr. Vampire.
Is...
Have you seen this kind of magic before? I don't know.
I don't know if I can ask that question.
You can if you were studying the magic, but right now you're studying the vampire.
I guess, is this person being controlled by someone else? Or was he?
You get a sense as if from its perspective of basically a pleasant, like, a sense of, like, easy prey in this area. Something that is attractive to it.
Gotcha.
And your other question?
I'm not sure what I can ask about. I mean, I don't care about psychological vulnerabilities or vice right now. seems kind of bestial anyway. Can I ask if he's the source of the magic, just to be sure?
You can. You see a vision of basically that glow kind of seeming to be attracted towards him, but originating from elsewhere.
Okay, so he's not the source of the magic. Okay, now I want to examine the magic.
Alright, well, roll again.
Look at that. What the hell is this going on here?
Well, do you want to make that a dramatic failure?
Sure.
Alright. Go ahead and ask a question.
Can I tell where the magic is coming from? Like, oh, I know what I ask. Is it a type of magic I've encountered before?
Alright, you smell what seems like vitae laden throughout the magic.
Okay. I will tell the others that it's apparently blood sorcery, but it wasn't coming from him. Or her. I don't think you ever said what the
No, I said it's a him.
vampire was. Oh, you did? Okay.
The zombies were a mix. 2 guys and 1 girl. If that matters.
Was it the girl that kept falling?
I feel like that's a trap question. No, it was one of the guys that kept falling. The girl is the one who actually grabbed hold of you.
Ah.
Alright. So yeah. Whatever you guys want to do next.
I sent you a question in Discord, Falco.
Oh, did you? I have it set not to ping for me, so I didn't see that right away.
Intelligence plus occult.
Yep. God. You guys are not good at knowing stuff today.
Not tonight, anyway.
Yeah, Miranda has no clue what would happen if you tried drinking zombie blood.
Well, we're gonna find out.
Okie dokie. Just gonna pick one at random and try draining them?
Yeah. Yep.
Alright. You completely drain it. It tastes god-awful, but you gain 1 vitae from the whole zombie.
Alright, and there are 3.
Yep.
We're gonna do that. Because
Right, the
otherwise...
other two.
Alright. I'm gonna completely drain all 3 of them, and considering where they came from, I should make something happen because of that. What have we got here?
I had, like, a single point of Vitae left.
Right, because of needing to heal and such.
Yeah.
Where's the, You don't have Tempted yet, right?
Tempted? No, I don't.
Cool.
I do.
Well, you are going to take Tempted, something about drinking this blood as you completely drain it all, it just kind of wakes your beast up a bit.
More?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what is it? I got it. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and mark down over here in conditions where I got that. That way I know.
Mm-hmm. And mark down -1 because tempted can range all the way to -5. Because it stacks with itself. After that, with all the penalties you have, I'm going to make you roll to resist frenzy again. And
Alright,
that's -3 total.
Alright, and what am I rolling? Resolve.
Resolve plus composure -3.
Okay. If I chew on you guys, I'm sorry.
Good luck with that.
If I chew on you, Jeremiah, I'm sorry.
You fail. You probably don't want to make that a dramatic failure, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why I didn't roll resolve. I didn't.
Oh, you just...
Yeah,
you
it's
rolled.
like... That didn't get...
Yeah, go ahead and roll your
Because it didn't
resolve
roll any
separately.
dice.
Oh, yeah, because it... Okay.
Nope.
Oh, you still fail.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, you have a frenzy goal of feed. The beast is now in control. Go ahead.
Who looks... I guess who looks weaker, and that would probably be Jeremiah. So... since they're coterie mates, can I not aim them? Can I just start wandering through the streets?
You can spend a point of willpower to try and direct yourself elsewhere for a turn.
Alright, I'm going to do that.
Okay. You eye them
just-
both hungrily, and then you both see her take off. Alright.
I'm trying to sniff out, hear for heartbeats, sniff out blood, that kind of thing.
Yep. Let's just do it this way. Roll dexterity plus brawl plus 2 because of your frenzy bonus. It's basically going to be a hunting action. Alrighty. So yeah, you start off, you start running through the street. You see, you see a young woman walking down the sidewalk, and you basically lunge at her. She screams in surprise and runs off, too quickly for you to keep track. Go ahead and roll again to see if you find someone else. If the other two of you want to be trying to stop her or anything at this point, you can roll for that.
Alright.
Let him handle that.
Go after her, so what do I need to roll?
Roll, I guess, strength plus brawl minus her defense to
4.
grab her, or roll an attack to, cut her leg off so she can't go any further or something. Whatever you want to do. If you fail, it looks like she'll catch someone.
You said 4?
My defense is a 4.
Yeah. Okay.
2 successes. Alright, yeah, you're able to catch up and grab hold of her. We'll just handle this with a single, do a contested grapple roll, both of you, to see if he can hold on to you until your beast calms down.
So just strength brawl, no negatives, or...
Correct. And remember to add your +2 for frenzying Miranda.
I am following at a distance.
Holy!
Well,
Yeah.
you're able to keep hold of her because she latches onto your neck and drinks as much as it takes to get her full.
So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Well, to get you
6.
full would drain me, probably.
6.
Right.
Okay, now I have 2 left.
Cool. I'm not gonna make you roll frenzy quite yet. You'll
Okay.
you'll have a chance to hunt, but yeah, you keep hold of her by grasping her firmly with the inside of your neck.
Yeah.
Do I need to roll or anything to see if I become addicted to his blood, or is that if I just drink more than one?
Yeah, actually, you do need to roll resolve plus composure minus 5 because you took a lot, and you are first step bloodbound to him.
This is nice. This is so wonderful.
That's vampire.
Yeah.
All right, you take addicted for Vitae.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Don't mind the mage color. I only grabbed one of each type of condition when I was doing that.
Okay, so back around to my third page.
All right, let's give you a beast for frenzy, or not a beast, a beat for frenzying. I'll give you a beat for being Vitae addicted. All right. So yeah, you managed to come to, and since you chased away the woman, no one saw you eating him, thankfully.
Yeah.
Addicted to Charlie's blood, and bloodbound to Charlie.
By one step.
Is it addicted to Vitae or addicted to a specific source of Vitae?
That's Vitae in general.
Okay,
Okay.
that's what I thought.
Alright, so addicted to Vitae.
Oh dear.
Bloodbound to Charlie, step 1. Okay, so after she comes out of that, she's probably just kind of sigh happily and lean against Charlie. Like, oh, okay.
I'd kind of pull you off and, like, stand you up. Like, are you okay?
I feel much better now, thank you.
Yeah.
A smile. Give it a creepy, disconcerting sort of smile.
So do I take actual damage from that, or
No,
is it
you
just the
just
Vitae?
lose Vitae.
Okay. That's what I thought. I just wasn't 100% sure.
Right.
All right.
So yeah, you guys do start to hear sirens. So
Yeah. We need to get out of here.
Yeah,
Let's. How far away did we wind up going from the
a
store?
block maybe.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can
Get back to the car and drive
Grab
off.
the torpid vampire.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Let me make a note of that.
Can we do we have time to grab the bloodless corpses too, or just the vampire?
You'd be
Carry them.
yeah. You probably can't get them all out without
Yeah,
risking the cops.
just get
Okay.
the vampire.
Yep, just get the vampire then.
Both halves.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the bottom half's probably rotting away by now, but yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it doesn't dust or anything in Chronicles of Darkness, but yeah. Right, frenzied. Took torpid, revenant. There we go. Got all those current events caught back up. All right. So yeah, you're able to actually roll one wits plus drive just to make sure you can carefully maneuver without catching the attention of the cops.
Drawing attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. just in order to try and make 100% sure, spending a willpower. Okay.
4 successes.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, you're easily able to, just get the car out of there. Look like you were just part of the sparse nighttime traffic. They don't pay you any mind. And you're able to get back to Coterie House or Elysium, whichever one you're heading to.
Considering I need to feed, what time of night is it?
Let's see. How much have you done tonight? You went there. It's not too late in the night. It's in the early AMs. 1 to 2 around there.
Then I would suggest that, as we're driving out, I'd suggest that we go back to the coterie house and take one of the other vehicles to go somewhere because I need to feed, and then we could go to Elysium afterwards.
Makes sense.
That works for me.
All right. So I guess go to the club. I mean, it's the simplest place to.
There's already been a
feed.
fair bit of feeding there tonight. I'm going to give you a penalty.
Oh, that's true.
I'm going to give you a penalty if you go that route.
That's true. So I guess I'll go.
Go to insert name here.
Yeah, I'll just go to a bar.
All right.
Which is what insert name.
Yeah.
Yours.
Or that's right. I forgot that was a.
Yeah, it's actually called insert name here.
Yeah, I'll go there.
All right. Roll something.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide if I want to try and.
Start a bar fight or.
What the hell? I will go with that idea. Start a bar fight and take a -2 penalty to try and get multiple sources.
Sounds good. Feed on people in the fray. All right, go ahead and roll. Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Okie dokie. So you can take, you can safely get 3 each or so.
Yeah, I'll take 3 each.
All right.
Put me back up to 8 vitae.
All right. Roll to resist frenzy because you were pretty low and you're getting into a fight.
What was it? 2. So what is it to resist frenzy again?
Resolve plus composure.
Okay.
No penalties for you, I don't think.
Well, let's see.
Wait.
Ecstatic gives me a 2
Oh, right, and then Jaded caps
die
you.
bonus, but Jaded caps me. So that takes, so I get a 1 die bonus.
Alrighty. Alright, you don't frenzy. So you are able to safely feed during the bar fight.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, you get, not literally tossed out because they wouldn't be able to manage that with you most likely, but, they do say, get the fuck out of here afterward.
Yeah. So I leave.
Alright. You are now decently well fed.
Yeah. Go back to the coterie house and go to Elysium.
Bucko, with the ag, does my body, since I now have enough vitae to heal it, does it automatically try to heal, or do I have some control over that?
With aggravated damage,
it's only when you sleep.
yeah,
Okay.
it happens when you sleep. It'll heal as much as it can. It won't drain all of you to get part of a wound healed or anything.
Okay.
But, you'll automatically lose, 5 vitae to heal at least one of them.
I'll wake up with a whole 1 vitae again.
Is that including your wake up vitae or?
No, I'd wake up 2 with that.
So you'd wake...
Okay.
Right. Alrighty. So yeah, you can heal 1 egg after you sleep. Well, you guys were going to go to Elysium first, right?
To Elysium.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, you probably banded yourself up in the meantime, so you're not a walking masquerade breach. I
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
No, I don't need the front of my throat. I got this special procedure.
Like on top of it. So.
You just cut off there.
Yeah.
I said bandage it and then wearing a turtleneck.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so you guys head to Elysium, I assume with some semi-subtle way of bringing the half of a vampire with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in the trunk of my car.
Right.
And basically would have grabbed a suitcase to put it in to take it inside.
Mm-hmm. Alright. You head inside. Did you send a message or anything to the enforcer on the way there?
Yeah, I had to tell him I'm heading for Elysium.
Okay. In that case, he will be there when you arrive. And he'll, come over and ask, basically, so, did you have any trouble?
I would chuckle and say, well, she did. Yeah. But not too bad.
Kind of hold up the thumb and forefinger just a little tiny bit apart, like a little bit.
He kind of smirks a bit at that and says, what did you do with the findings?
Well,
Point the suitcase.
I'd put the suitcase down. Here's the...
The Revenant?
Yes,
Yes.
the Revenant. And sadly, we didn't have time to get the other beings out of there.
He kind of waves his hand and says, well, I don't know the specifics of how they all got there in the first place, but a few corpses with generic apparent causes of death aren't a big deal. I'm sure they'll handle that. It's closer to being the mage's problem anyway. And I'll kind of open the suitcase and give like a slight furrow of the brow and then close it back up.
At the fact that it's cut in half.
Yeah. I'll kind of look to Miranda and say, you can consider the boon with me, or the boon you owe me dealt with.
Thank you.
And he gives a nod to the rest of you and he walks into the back.
Does he take the suitcase?
Mm-hmm. Alright. So yeah, anything else you guys do for the rest of the evening?
I think I've caused enough trouble for one night. I think if I mentioned trying to go somewhere, both Jeremiah and Charlie would, just tell me no.
Yeah, not too far off.
So I'm going to head back to the coterie house.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Alright, you all head back to the coterie house.
I will tell them that I'm going to need to, unless we want to repeat performance of tonight, I am going to need to feed as soon as I get up in the morning.
Yes, I assumed as much.
Yeah. And probably for the next few nights, that's going to be the case. So it's going to make life
All right.
entertaining.
If you want to be, safe about it, we could downtime a few nights so you can, just basically make a couple hunting rolls to see if you can keep yourself fed and let you heal.
I would prefer that. Otherwise, it's going to get kind of chaotic with having, that much ag.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I actually was going to suggest. And, like, during that time, I could work on training Jeremy in some weapon and other self-defense.
Right. So how much ag does Miranda have?
4 currently.
Thank you for the follow. Okay, so for ag, that will take... if you make sure you're completely full each night, you can heal that in 2 more
2 ag,
days.
yeah.
Yep.
Alright, so give me 1 hunting roll, and we'll say that's a generic cover several days sort of deal.
Okay, we're gonna do my normal one then.
this to Sunday.
The manipulation and socialize.
Sounds good.
We do not need resolve in that roll. Manipulation, socialize. Okay. So 1 success.
Alright, yeah, you're able to keep yourself fed to the point of being able to heal.
Okay.
I would need to feed as well. How much does it take to heal bashing?
It's 1 vitae per 2 bashing.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
And then how many vitae am I going to start up again with? Just the 1, or have myself
On Sunday, you'll be empty again.
Okay.
Well,
Alright.
wake up with 1 left and then have to feed.
Alright. Okay.
And then I would just go out and feed each night. So I'll go ahead and do 2 rolls, I guess. Or do you want me to just do
I was just gonna say, yeah, do another
just
one like her.
do one
and
like
so
hers?
You can,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright,
And
2
then
successes.
how much would I be able to get?
What are you at, and how much damage exactly do you have?
After healing, I would have been at 4 vitae.
Okay, I'll say you can manage to fill back up, but not enough to overfeed.
Okay.
I'd probably also be trying to get Charlie to, let me feed off him.
I would say, maybe maybe in dire emergencies right now, I think you could probably maintain.
Sigh.
Otherwise.
Should sigh and pout, but, accept the answer. And then go and Jeremy and see if Jeremy would let her feed off him.
Right. Oh, you resolved your familiarity. Let me steal that from you.
Okay. Uh-oh.
What else we got in there?
Where'd it go?
The rest of that, I'm gonna have to actually look at what. Let's see. Jaded goes away with meaningful interaction with the touchstone. You got that after your hedge trip.
For bestial, cause damage to someone's last 3 health boxes?
I mean,
No,
you caused
I-
it to yourself, more or
Yeah.
less. So yeah, I'll let you heal that or resolve that too.
Cool.
I don't know why I'm stealing them when I can just tell you to drag them out.
That is one way of getting rid of them. Let's see. During the downtime, I would also basically spend some time thinking about my touchstone regain a willpower and resolve jaded.
Yeah, you'll have plenty of time to reflect over your old dead war buddies.
Okay. Tempted after the frenzy, so how do I resolve it dead?
Right.
Would I be able to get a meaningful connection with my touchstone?
I don't know. What are you doing over the downtime?
Well, I'd like to obviously spend some time with the Maliks
Hmm.
again and try to get a feel from them of some of the people they know that I might be able to find one to groom into service.
Right. Yeah, you spend plenty of time with them. Talking with them, you do learn of one friend of theirs that's, pretty decent family friend. They're Hindu, so you wouldn't even need to convert them or anything. So you could
Excellent.
spend some time getting to know them. I don't know what you have in mind for your ghoul, but I'll let you define their specifics.
Okay.
Do I need to make another detachment? Is that what it's called? Roll, Falco, for all the frenzies and everything?
No, because you didn't actually kill anyone or anything while you were in your frenzy.
Okay.
Though she was damaged to the point of...
Yeah, but it's Humanity 7 that has the hospitalization
Okay.
thing, and she already lost that.
Yep.
Let's see. Humanity 6, falling into torpor, you didn't get that far. Feeding from a child, obituary, car crash, or other immense physical trauma. Not quite. I mean, having your throat torn out is pretty bad, but it's not quite the same thing. So, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so... I think we're probably getting to the point where we can do experience and call that for the evening before what I have next, because that'll start another little chapter, so to speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, let us go over your beats. I have not paid attention to aspirations yet, so let's see here. Didn't learn more about that. Did meet a Malik family friend, so we'll give one for that for Donna's. Tessie didn't make a new enemy. Didn't learn new ritual. You didn't earn a boon from the Primogenitor Prince. You owed them one. Lucky you can't lose beats for going the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Jared, obviously you fought something
I
new.
basically made progress on the bottom,
Turn them
on
into
my
fans.
second and third, and
Yeah, I guess
fought
you
something
did.
new, so I get all three.
So we got all three of those. So yeah, that will give you guys, that's 8.
All the dramatic failures. All of
Yeah,
them.
I already got that. I keep track of that pretty closely. So yeah, you guys get an experience in 3 beats.
Nice.
Yay.
And remember, we're doing blood beats, so frenzy, or falling into frenzy gets you a blood beat, Tassie.
Woohoo.
What else we got? I don't think you... Oh, Donna, you did a dramatic failure on your discipline roll for Auspex, so you get a blood beat.
Yeah.
Embracing... Are you actually buying your ghoul and doing that, Donna?
Not yet.
Okie
How
dokie.
many beats did you say we got? Because
1 experience and 3 beats.
1 experience. Okay. That's what I thought, but you
Let's
cut
see.
out for me.
Sorry. We got embracing, no. Ghouling, no. Creating grievance, no. Exsanguating the victim, technically.
Yeah,
Miranda
technically.
exsanguated a victim. It didn't bother him too much, but yeah, you'll I'll give you a blood beat for that.
Yay.
Just
And-
1 time or 3 times?
She only did that to you. She only exsanguated once, didn't she?
No, I did all
No,
three.
she did all 3 of the zombies.
Oh no, I was talking about you exsanguating Charlie.
Oh, okay.
The zombies, no, that I'm not counting for that.
Okay.
Um,
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Charlie, you
taking me down to 2 vitae is enough for exsanguinated?
Oh, I thought she completely had.
No.
Okay,
No,
never
Took me
mind.
down
You
to
don't
2
get that one.
vitae. Yeah.
Okay.
And Miranda also has spent her last vitae, so she gets a blood beat for that. She did that over the course of the first time she was healing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nobody drank beyond capacity. Nobody joined a bloodline. I already told you to take one for detachment, right?
Nope.
Oh yeah, I told you to take it for frenzy. You got one for detachment too.
Yeah.
It was a good
I
blood
didn't
beat.
take one last time for detachment.
Oh well, then you can take one for that.
Yeah.
It was definitely a good blood beat day for Miranda.
Yeah.
Nice.
And obviously, no one gained a discipline dot unless someone's gonna buy that now. But
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, I wound up spending my experience last time on acute senses and defender.
right.
Not sure what I'll.
Alrighty, so we got that all figured out. So yeah, as I say every week for the viewers, we actually have a handful again, which is nice. I like that. Yeah, we do this every week, usually from 7 p.m. to about 10 p.m. The exact length of it can vary based on what we're into and the divvying of the chapters. I do also put these videos on YouTube usually the day after, so if you missed part of it, you'll be able to check that out there. Let's see, anything else to mention? Not really. I might be streaming some video games at some point over the weekend. I've been wanting to try. They're doing a free weekend for Vermintide too, so if I can get some people for that at some point, I will do that. If anyone wants to follow me, that would be awesome. All right. I think that will be the stream. Thanks again for everyone that was here. Goodbye.
Bye bye.